Look at all this green. Oh yeah, you spot the green quarters. But yeah, look at all this green. It's so nice out. It's nice out here. But we out here chilling. I want to do a little video and might work on my car later today. So I figured, you know, maybe still have something together. But some of the recent upgrades on my Altima is the alternator, as you can see, new turbonator right there. And then I also got new spark plugs just recently. So I did those maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. Super easy. I should have done a video, but I was also kind of doing it for my first time. So it's always like, damn, I don't know. I always forget that. But it's really, really easy. It still kind of makes a noise. I honestly think it's maybe like that little thing right there. I don't know what exactly. I don't know cars like most people, but as you can see, like there's a little like green rust corrosion, like little barrier line at the edge of the bearing or whatever you would call that. So that is making noises too, what I believe. So let me start up the car so you guys can kind of like see what I'm talking about. Alternator, so my car starts on command. I used to have to jump start it every time, and it's still kind of making that noise. I think it maybe needed that down there. All right, so we're here. Got the serpentine belt just popped off on me as I was driving. So water pump seized up and I'm on the side of the road. Bro. I don't even know where the hell we can even pull it from.
You ain't got no insurance in this bit?
No. I do have insurance, but that shit ain't gonna cover the fucking... Not that I know of. Bunch of coolant just leaked out on the side. So I guess that's what that noise was. I'm trying to take the bumper off. Well, I already got it loose. And yeah, so now I got more problems. Fucking shut down. And my belt just popped off. So it looks like... I'm pretty sure the water pump is the one underneath it. That one's still good, but it's making the noise. Or both of those are corroded. This one's locked up. Car doesn't even start anymore, so I think I just blew my engine. Hopefully not. Picked up and towed out of here. My dad's gonna show up right now, hopefully. But yeah, I just lost a bunch of coolant. I just realized that. I mean, it hasn't been like that for a long time. This must have just happened today. But it's definitely below the minimum right now. So hopefully the fucking car didn't blow up.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Pull it back. Look at this. No, no se ve nada. A ver, esto. Ay, es el puro bottom de ahí nomás. Pero ahí pasa.
No, it doesn't roll. The car's stuck. It doesn't roll back. And a few things. Obviously, car broke down the other day. Water pump went out, and it locked up the pulley on it. So this is actually like completely seized up. It doesn't move, and there's actually coolant that like started seeping out the side as soon as it happened. So it's kind of all falling on my compressor. I had to take the bumper off to get it on the trailer. So a couple months before that, I actually hit a really big bird, and it pretty much messed up my bumper, like beyond repair, because there's like a huge chunk missing. And then apparently my headlamp is broken too. So that was a pretty big bird I hit, because it messed up my fender, and then my headlamp bracket is broken. So I think this can be welded. We try to fix it, but that kind of broke. And then my bumper is pretty much done, but my bumper is toast from taking it off. I had to take it off to get it on the trailer, and then I guess it flipped while like it was in the back. So my bumper is fucked if it wasn't already. But my grill is fucked up now, and that big crack in the bumper. So I'm gonna have to get a new bumper now. So I got the alternator out and started loosening up the bottom of the tensioner. Normally you have to kind of budge that to get the belt off, but in this case my belt was already off. So I'm gonna start to kind of maybe loosen up the hardware just to kind of budge it loose. I don't know if I'll get into it right away right now. I might take a little break, but at least I'll try to get everything kind of budged up and take a look at the new parts that I've got. So this is the new water pump. Went aftermarket just because this is kind of just my daily, I mean, OEM parts are kind of harder to find when they're like stuff like this, because they don't really make them anymore. And what's nice about this aftermarket one is it actually comes with a gasket, so that's pretty cool. So we look here, got the new water pump Pulley. So we'll see how this goes, just because we're gonna have to get it loose from these little parts right there. So 3 little bolts you gotta untighten, and then I have another aftermarket part. Brand apparently, and this is just the tensioner below it. So this is gonna be like that bottom one, and then this is that top one. Water pump. So I'm gonna try to budge these loose and see if I can kind of get them to loosen up a little bit easier for the install. All right, so I got the water pump out. As you can see, all the coolant kind of like dripped out, which I knew was gonna happen, but I didn't find a drain plug for the radiator, so I put just like a plastic bag over the compressor so it wouldn't like just drip on there. And then I've got like better access to the bottom tensioner. So this makes really bad noise as well, so that's why I'm kind of here. Well, so you could see there's got another 3 bolts. So I took the 3 bolts off the water pump, and then I have a little bit more access to get to this tensioner pulley. Oh damn, I'm make it a mess. So if you look at the tensioner pulley, there's about 4 bolts to it, or like 3, and then this one must go to this one. So I think it was mainly just the gasket on the water pump that went bad. So I started to seize up and it completely locked up. So that one's donezo. And then something kind of like, I don't know what this was, but it came off of that. So I'm gonna try to get the tensioner. It should be roughly the same size bolts. Alright, so I got the bottom bolt out of the tensioner pulley, and this is gonna be the top one. So it's literally already loose. So it's just gonna fall on me right now. Alright, so alright, so these are the original parts now. So you see, this is the belt tensioner, and this is just, it's got a little bit of play compared to this one. This one's really tight, and then the bearing, like you can hear it, it's like making noises. So I figured since I was already doing this one, I had to get over to this one. So it was pretty easy once you got this one off. And then if you look at this, like the gasket like was already kind of just gone, and there's like, it looked like metal shaving, so hopefully it's nothing too serious, and it was just because it was kind of like stuck on there. But the new parts are ready to go in. I thought it was going to be much harder. The hardest part was actually getting the bolts loose. So I'll get these bad boys back in here, go pick up some coolant, and hopefully maybe drive her out again today. That'd be fire. All right, let me get this in there. All right, and just to kind of show you guys how I'm really gaining access, is I actually removed partial of the fender liner and just turned the wheel so I can kind of get some good access in here. Don't mind the grease. I tried wiping it, but not really. I just wanted to just wipe it, just to wipe it, but I haven't really cleaned it. But anyways, you see the bolts here. That one there is the bottom part of the tensioner pulley, and then the one at the very top is going to be the secondary bolt. So I've got both of those loose. I've already got the new tensioner pulley in there, so I'm just going to tighten those up. I got a 14, or I believe this is a 13 socket on a ratchet, and just going to tighten it up from here. All right, so water pump's in, tensioner pulley's in. Just got to tighten up the bolts and then swap the alternator back in. And then I'm going to go pick up some coolant, Asian blue antifreeze, and start her up. So let's get it. All right, so everything's in. Alternator, water pump, tensioner pulley, everything's in. Just got to get the belt on and go pick up some fluid. You guys see I didn't have to take any of the radiator stuff off. The bumper was already off. I just took the washer reservoir, and I had plenty of access to get out there, and then the lower bottom fender liner. So I'm gonna go pick up some coolant. All right, so just got everything wrapped up, and it looks like we got the serpentine belt back in there, new water pump and tensioner pulleys in there. So everything's all set up. Drop some fresh coolant in there. Gotta get that Peaks Asian good stuff, you know. So we let it run for a little bit. Fans turned on. I suppose I can start it up once more just to kind of show you guys what it sounds like. So let's see. Give it a good rip. more loud bearings. Yeah, so everything's running good. Check the temperature levels, everything's kind of good. Fans and everything kind of kicked on. So we should be good. I'm just gonna put the bumper back on and then we'll be back on the road.